Episode 5. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Felix Strange podcast. This is your host, Ben Lepenchuk. You can call me Felix Strange. I'm bi and single. Now, every time that I touch base with you guys, I like to let you in on a little bit of what I'm working on and what I'm going through in terms of, my projects or, my talents and what I'm putting them to use. So anyhow, this time I'm just going to keep it a little brief, but a couple updates. The last time I went filming, I ended up doing at least one or two shots. They were like pickup shots, It reminds me of some of the early shots that I got on the film that was done. Not the first, but like one of the second or third. And where essentially I'm just picking up, one or two of a train going by. And it's to add to the rest of the scene to fill it in. And there's a little bit more that I need to do to the scene. So anyhow, that'll get done in time. But, I did work on editing the film. So I did get a chance to do that. And, excuse me. I wanted to actually re-edit the entire film shot by shot, but I didn't do that this time. And then actually relay the titles and the music over on top of that. But I chose not to go through all that this time. Instead, what I did was I took what I could from the footage before, when I had edited it before, and I actually took those and took the best parts out and edited it back together so that it's the same film, it's the whole film. But and then also I added something new, which is the end credits. And so I knew what song I picked, what song I wanted to use for the end credit, and it happens to be Percy Sledge, When a Man Loves a Woman. And so there's a scene earlier where he's talking to one of the characters that is actually there at his home trying to kill him. And this is right after he leaves Lori for the final time, his last time getting to see her and everything, giving her the elixir. So the character ends up putting on Mr. Charles vinyl, and he plays that song, and then I think either the song gets interrupted or he turns it off for a moment, but it returns and has its reprise during the end credits. So at least when you do see this this moment of him putting on the record and listening to it, that's actually what he was listening to before he left and all that. So he Mr. Charles, when you realize that and when you know that that's what's going on, that Mr. Charles really he loves, or he really had feelings for this woman, Lori. He loved her so much, and that's the thing, about having to let people go after having such a strong attachment to them. But that's a part of life, and the reason I put that as a part of my film is because really it's very important to sometimes show what goes on in life. And life isn't all it's not as perfect as we wish it would be sometimes, and things happen where people grow apart, and or like I said, that you have to let a person go, and so I think it's important to display that in a film. That's what this film was about. Was not just that one scene of him letting her go, but the fact that he thinks it's gonna save her. So I think that in itself is very interesting for this storyline. So I'll be meeting with a friend of mine from school. So she'll be hopefully getting onto the picture as soon as possible. But so I printed out a script for her today. This is one of the main lead characters for the picture itself is, his, the woman, Lori herself, that he is essentially, trying to say goodbye to, so that way he can, keep her safe. And, in order to do so, he gives her that elixir. And, so, I have to discuss the story with her a bit. Let her have keep a copy of the script, and tell her to rehearse, and I think that's something that I'm gonna have to do is practice the lines and do what I can to, like I said before, become Mr. Charles. Not an easy task, folks, definitely not an easy task, but it can be done. He's a solid man, a solid character, and he knows, in a way, this character knows that his life is coming to an end, because he knows people are after him. He knows who it is, and because the fact that essentially he kind of ran away from this life. He never, there's no way to fully close or end this circle of being in that kind of lifestyle, I suppose, as a hitman. But he tried to anyway, and he did what he could to get away, and they eventually found him. So that's the story in itself, and it's also closing in on a love story that is, what I'm saying, like these two people that were maybe they were meant to be together, but he's been with her for so long, and she's seen a lot of the underside of the underworld, which is this criminal underworld going on in this city, and the other cities around it and the people that inhabit it. So yeah, it'll be nice to be able to see this come together, with those other people on the project, and I'll be very much looking forward to meeting with her and doing some rehearsals, so that way we can practice our lines together and get ready for actual filming, so that I can get back onto the picture. And when I do, with her in it's probably going to be the speaking scenes in the forest, or in the brush. So I want to probably just work on that, and then get all the other flashback scenes done some other time. But I think that, of course, is like one of the main scenes. That's like the centerpiece of the film, because once you get to that scene, that's the act of that scene. That's the actual in the present of him trying to say goodbye to her, and realizing that that's the only way to keep her safe. You know what I'm saying? Is for him to completely get out of her life, and for her to forget about him. So, the only way they could do that is with, like I said, this plot device, or this genius invention or idea that I had, that there's a drink that they can take that will make them forget, the last year or so. and who they were with and all that stuff. So, that I think, like I said, that'll probably be the scene that we work on. So when the time comes when after we meet and discuss the film and the script and maybe go over storyboards and all. Once we're actually doing more than rehearsals and filming again, I'll give you guys an update and let you know how things are going. But I already know things are gonna be good. I know God's got my back. All in good time, and good time for all things. So I'll be around, guys. You guys keep in touch, and y'all come back now here.